talk to you today a little bit about the Premier Life magazine that comes in your new jeweler kit. If you haven't had a chance to go through this yet, make sure you read this. There is so much great information in here. And I just wanted to highlight a couple things because a lot of it you can read on your own. But when you open this first page, it says at the top, my jeweler number. Make sure you write that jeweler number in there because you're going to use that all the time. When you log into the website, when you call Premier, they're going to ask you for that. And put your start date below that. Not the date of your launch party, but the day you actually got your jeweler number and became a jewelry lady. Because we want to celebrate you next year when you have your 1-year anniversary, and you're going to want to know when that date is. Important contacts, put your Premier mom, your grandma, your great-grandma here. Those are the people that you can go to anytime you have a question. I will say the fastest way to get a question answered is to post it in our Facebook group, though. That is quick for sure. Jeweler site login, every time you log into Premier, you're going to use that jeweler number and you're going to put a little J in front of it. And then, of course, your password. Another important website is my website. It's pdsparkles.com. And when you go on there, there's a tab called Jewelers Only. And click on there, it asks for a password, and it's Sparkle Sisters. All one word, all lowercase. But on there is some great training information for you. And then on the side, here's all their important phone numbers and departments that you can reach out to. All right, moving along. You've got the information about Premier, their history. And then I love this page, Hello Sparkle. And it asks about your why. You're going to hear a lot about your why in this business. And your why is what's going to keep you going when it gets frustrating, because this is an up and down business for sure. There's some great highs. You will have some cancellations. It's part of it. So you want your why to be big enough where you decide ahead of time, this is worth it. Because you might say, well, I'm doing this business for the money. But what are you going to use that money for? When I got started, my why was to be a stay-at-home mom. And then my why became to pay for Christian education for my kids. And then now my why is college. So every time I have a show cancel or I get frustrated and I think, is this worth it? I remind myself that my choices are, I can either, decide it's not worth it and tell my kids that I'm going to have to pull them out of their school, or I can get on the phone. And when those are your choices and you're that passionate about your why, you'll get on the phone every time because that is for sure the easier choice. So figure out what your why is and tell your Premier mom about it. Tell me about it. I would love to know what your why is. Inside kind of your table of contents, a little bit about the DSA. We're very well respected in the DSA. And then your launch party. This is the greatest way to get your business started. So you are going to, set the date. And I would set the date for your launch party and set the date for your practice show at the same time. Because you're going to have girls that want to come to your launch party, but for whatever reason, they just can't do that night. So schedule a practice show for a few days later. And what I love about even the name practice show is it takes all the expectations out because you're just practicing. So when those girls say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make that, you're going to say, no problem. Come to my practice show on Saturday morning at 10. I'm just going to practice what I'm doing, practice my booking thing, my sponsoring, jewelry combos, and I'd love your feedback. So set those 2 dates up at the same time. So that way if someone tells you they can't make this, you can immediately give them that second date. You want to invite as many people from as many different groups as you can because our goal is to get you outside of your family and friends as quickly as possible. So, look at your family, friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your moms of the friends of your kids, their sports teams, neighbors, anyone you can think of. And when you do have people that say they can come, tell them or ask them, hey, can you do me a favor and bring somebody I don't know? Because if that girl brings a friend that you don't know and that girl books a show, you are immediately in a new circle. And that is our goal, is to get in some new circles. Spread the word. You want to do a Facebook event for this if you're on Facebook. You want to do some red stamp texting out. You want it out to everybody about what you're doing. And keep posting. Especially if you do a Facebook event, you could keep posting pictures of the jewelry, things to get them excited about it. Collect some orders. Don't be shy. Send the catalog link to family and friends who live out of the area. They can certainly order and support you with that. And then at the actual show, take notes. Most likely your premier mom is going to do the launch party for you, and that's your night to just kind of soak it in and see what she's doing so that you will kind of have an idea of what you're going to do at your practice show. And then I would encourage you to go to other jeweler shows, especially someone who has a similar personality to you. Because that's really where you're going to learn and see that while all of us generally say the same thing, your personality comes through differently. So if your premier mom is super outgoing and bubbly and that's not you, see if you can find a jeweler. Ask your premier mom, we'll help you. But find a jeweler who's more like your personality and you'll feel more comfortable. Okay, at that launch party, you get all the perks, of course, the free jewelry, the bookings, the profit, and then let's move to this page. So this page is how you can earn recognition and free jewelry from your shows or from your business. So your first step is to put here what your training show date is, because this is where everything kicks off. So from that initial launch party / training show, your first goal is Quick Start 6. And Quick Start 6 is holding 6 shows within 45 days of that launch party. If you do that, Premier will give you $200 in free jewelry. You'll get a charm, which is fun to add to your bracelet, and you'll be well on your way to paying your investment back. And remember that for it to be a jewelry show, it just has to be $100 in sales. So don't think that they all have to be this big event. You could just grab some girls, go to Starbucks, and you can make that into a show as long as you cover all the requirements of a show. Once you do the Quick Start 6, you're eligible for the Quick Start 9. Now you have to do them in order. You can't skip this one and then try and catch up on the Quick Start 9. So do the Quick Start 6, $200 in jewelry. Do 3 more shows in the next 15 days, get another $100 in jewelry. Do 3 more shows after that in a total of 3 months, get another $100 in jewelry. So that's $400 in free jewelry you can get just to get your business kicked off quickly. Next is the Rookie Club. This is only available to new jewelers. And the Rookie Club is sponsoring 2 new jewelers and holding 12 shows in your first 6 months. If you do that, charm, so cute to add to your bracelets, and $300 in free jewelry. And the last one on here is the Home Show Club. When you do 25 jewelry shows, actually the Jewelry Show Club, when you do 25 jewelry shows, Premier is going to send you this cute charm, but if you do them in your first 180 days, you're also going to get $150 in free jewelry. So that is a great way to add some jewelry to your collection and get your investment paid off. Beyond that, you can earn additional charms and jewelry too. They have this Crown Jewel program. So read through this. You know, a lot of these are built on CV. You hear the word CV a lot. And what CV stands for is commission volume. And that's the cost of the jewelry. So talk to your Premier mom about this and make sure you really understand the CV. Because, for example, you know, if a hostess buys some items at half price, you don't make a profit on that, but it does increase your CV. When you sponsor a jeweler and she buys the boutique, that does increase your CV. And the CV is what helps you get all of these different awards, going all the way up to builder and designer. The next page talks about how much I want to earn. Talk to your Premier mom about how much money you want to earn from this business and how many times you can be out doing jewelry shows or events, because we want to make sure those 2 things are in line with each other. Otherwise, you're just going to get frustrated. Here's the planner. A lot of girls get this to help keep their business organized. This talks about hostess coaching. Your hostesses are the lifeline of your business. And this whole business is built on relationships. So if you invest some time in her, she will likely be a repeat hostess for you, which is great. So set the date with her, have her make a guest list. Hopefully she's going to do a Facebook event with you. Get the word out through all those red stamp texting. Keep her excited. You know, stay in touch with her every week, a month leading up to her show. When you go to her house, figure out where you're going to set up the jewelry. I always take good lighting over anything else. I'd rather sit on the floor in good lighting than sit in the dark on comfy couches. And then keep it simple. You know, right now I'm just doing necklaces for my shows. It's easy. Women like it. It gets them excited to go look at other jewelry, and you just have to have a story for each necklace. So make sure you look on my website for that video on the necklace show. And then if you can go over all this stuff with her in person, it's better. You know, I realize it doesn't always work. You might work full time, the show's far away. It doesn't always happen, but I know every time I take the time to go hostess coach her in person, that is building our relationship together, which is what I want. Okay, so hostess coaching. Then we have, it talks about the jewelry show. Again, go see someone else's. My jewelry show is videoed on my website. You can watch that. But this talks about the different components of the show, the guarantee, replacement exchanges, and then beyond the jewelry show. What I love about our business is you are not limited to just selling the jewelry at a jewelry show. You can sell it one-on-one. You can do personal appointments. You can do, style sessions. You can help organize someone's closet. You can and match accessories to the clothes she already has. You can do fundraisers. You can do catalog shows, Facebook shows. So there's a lot of different ways to sell our jewelry. You may want to invest in the Premier's website so that you can have access to that online catalog. Here's some testimonies in here about how Premier has changed some lives, and a little bit about their mission trips and their trips that you can go on. And then sponsoring. We love to share this business. If this business is going to bless your life, why not share it with someone else and help them bless their life? So this talks through the sponsoring. Your Premier mom is going to help you do that, help you talk to girls about Premier. I do pretty much a call every week where I'm happy to share with your friends or prospects or anyone that is interested, so you can refer them over to me and I'll help you sponsor them. Talks about their objections, what she might say, how you can respond, the jeweler reward card, tools to build your business. We have a great website called premierdesigns.incentives.com. So many cute things on there. Be careful. So pay your investment back and then go check that one out. And then when you do sponsor, it talks about how to help her get her business started. Her training show and what your responsibilities are and how to mentor her. Testimonies. And then Premier's website has tons of training. You can actually be overtrained in this business. So make sure you go on there and look at some of the training. Go on my website. This talks about your earning potential, how you can go up in leadership, earning commission checks, and then your business basics. This is all those frequently asked questions, from renewing your contract to the alcohol policy and the training allowance, the do's and don'ts of social media, what you're allowed and what you're not allowed to do, and the shipping as well. So make sure you read through all these things. There's a glossary of terms at the end because we do kind of have a lingo. But bottom line, read this manual because there's lots of good things in here. And if you have any questions, either talk to your Premier mom or ask me. We'd love to help you.